Hour. I posted earnings on the TGH website. Okay, Fastly. Again, there you go. Acting well. Ralph Lauren breaking out into the close. IBRX punted yesterday. There you go. Range, price action, news. IBRX. Macy's. Daily, weekly, adding to it. Actually, we're taking calls from yesterday. Let's go over before we go today. What did our calls yesterday? Fly, that worked. CRDO worked. More calls. Ship. Oh my God, Ship. I can't believe I didn't take this. I knew it when I said it yesterday too. What a bad move. I don't have this Ship. What a really, how can I call myself a trader when I don't have this Ship? I'm serious. What am I here for? Why am I here if I'm not in this thing? Yes, Amazon had it. Calls worked. NVIDIA, same thing. Trying to break out, can't. Keeps trying. Calls. OMDS had calls. That Edo calls all day yesterday. Worked. KULR. What is this thing? Fiserv. Calls. No. CMG calls. Yeah. ALTS. This one. Jesus, cheap one. SCDG. How about every other solar strong? This stock was up $7. Look at this reversal. $40, $37, 6.5. As the other ones, Fizzler's strong. Fizzler's on the high. As the other solar. So I bought some run. Yeah, I just top ticked it. What a bad play on run. You know what? These retailers are coming in now. Software, minor bounce. Oil stocks, this OVV. Man, what a stock. Miss Sherry, I didn't forget about your question. A bar chart. Earnings again were posted. NXT, there's solar hanging in there trying, but the market, I don't know. MDLN, the stock is going in the fund. Fact. And we're buying more QXO every freaking dip we can get. I'd like to get 21. I don't know about that. Everybody on the IBRX train. This is the one. There's the weekly. There's the daily. Now listen, sometimes you're not going to make 50% or so or such on these things. We're here to trade. Got to work the trade. A couple of things that might, well, this is a little bit late. There's not much news. 2:27 p.m., this being 3 o'clock, if you will. Gold and silver, crypto lows, TSM lows, nat gas highs, which is why we're in RRC. RKT bullish. See, there's the Fastly. 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 You get it. BP. DoorDash's earnings. All right, here's something to keep in mind. All right, like I said, I don't follow many. You can delete them or add by everyone. Reformed Trader, the guy's the daddy. Believe me, sharp. Okay. Observation. Clean rejection at the 20-day. VIX above the 20 handle. Now, this is a problem for the VIX or the market. This is good for the VIX. This chart on the VIX, I'd be interested in buying. That's a chart I'd be interested in buying. So, volatility. J Norm, Sash Wednesday. When he watches the video, he likes these little oils. INDO. We're in HPK. We're in the most heavily shorted stock. INDO. We're in this one. HPK, baby. Look at the HPK. Now it's going to really go. Ooh. Oh, I had the video on. I'm sorry. It blocks the chart. Ship. This one hurts. This stings. Why am I here? Boy, is that upsetting me. I'm going to start cursing again. Hun tried to bull up, but Hun with the chemical sector tried to buy it all last night. Have my bids at what? I think it was 12.20, something like that. There's Hun. I tried to buy it. Had earnings last night. That type of a cyclical play. Here it was on last night, 11. And by the way, that's, there's 11. Last night, Hun was 11.36. I think I had bids at 10.88. Now it's 13.50. Hun. That's in it for tomorrow. IBRX, there you go. Calls, January. What month is this? February. Smart when he's buying. It's incredible. IBRX. Live on that. Okay, here we go. Couple of things, and let's address everybody for sharing on X. Thank you for participating, and everybody, thank you for being professional. Sherry, I'm going to get back to you. Good afternoon, Miser. Short Walmart. Lewis, you know that very upsetting, Lewis. And you know what we know why I feel that way, Lewis? I'm not going to lie to you because I'm straight up with you always. Lewis Pinto is one of our top equity brokers at Tradeview Markets. He's also a clerk for me, entered orders for me. He's done a lot for me. And he's even let me down just now. Why? Walmart before the open tomorrow. Walmart, beer, what W? Look what they have. Look at these Wayfair. Look how they squeezed Wayfair the last 2 days right into earnings. I think it went up $10. Is Wayfair. Doesn't look like a lot, but I traded. And by the way, another one, just like Miss Sherry's PL that held moving averages, just like JP Morgan. I know all these stocks by heart that held 50 days and 200 days. JP Morgan, the guy stepped up huge and bought right at 300. Walmart. What was my point? I forgot. I'm sorry. Oh, Wayfair. Wayfair, same thing. Wayfair. It doesn't look like a lot. That's 80 to 91. So Wayfair ran $12 as earnings tonight. So there's Walmart, Lewis. So be careful on the Walmart. You know, I'm giving tough love. I might have just been a mistake on your part, Lewis. But as earnings, Lemonade looks almost like the Wayfair chart. You know what? This is what I'm gonna take short. And if you want to do it on a demo. Shorting eBay. Matter of fact, I'm doing it live. The market came in hard here again. Here are positions. You know what? If you're if you're trying to pick this IGV, you're disappointed. I mean, this team is a stock, for example, leading software company. Today might be the day. Yesterday looked like the biggest volume it had in a couple of days. In the washout, it is above yesterday's high, blah, blah, blah. And this is a market where very well something like the mags can go down and these can go up. Uber, dead cat bounce, first day up. One day doesn't make a reversal. Coach called it all the way down. GameStop, there's Wayfair. HPK a minute, Chewy a minute, Macy's coming in hard, letting the family down. You don't want it to come up down this much. The video. The more this doesn't go and break out, the more of a problem it is. I had so many chances. Crocs, another one. One day up, one day down. One day up, one day down. Retailer. Still holding the 200 day, but it's got all these gaps. One day up, one day down. It's clear. Macy's, I'll buy more. Buy more RRC. Chewy. I'll tell you what's breaking high. It's been the strongest sector. Northrop Grumman. Lockheed Martin. RTX. It looks like it's NOC is the strongest one. General Dynamics lagging. All right, what's taking calls? First of all, this RRC is hot. In that gas stock, it's also in oil. Reclaiming. Trust me, I've been in it for a couple of days, acting well. HPK. And forget, you know what? Keep in mind those small float. No, not small float, not really small float, but these INDOs. Now, I'm not necessarily saying to play INDO, but if you're seeing something like a BP still taking calls, yes, I know Exxon needs rest. It actually had rest. It doesn't mean you have to play these exact ones. It just means there's activity in the space, meaning the oil space. HPK, 28% short. Never buy anything because of a short squeeze. But gold's hanging in. I don't see much to do. UAL, can't stop. There's the daily on UAL. What a range. The weekly on UAL. What a range. IBRX. I guess this is the one they want, right? This is it. I mean, there's the weekly. It's self-explanatory. God forbid it gets overbought and really goes. That's it. IBRX. That's the one. Morgan Stanley, below the 50-day. Goldman Sachs, above the 50-day. Had that Schwab do. And he did get bounced, Schwab. JP Morgan was the smart guy. That guy's smart. Now, this VIX is going to this. I don't think the VIX into this close here. I don't feel this is a sell-off situation on the VIX. Oracle, the stocks feel like they made their move already, right? The IBRX right there is pure. Hun looks okay for tomorrow. Fizzler. Schlumberger near the high. Oxy again. More calls. Why not? There's the daily on Oxy. Now the weekly, I know by believe me, I know the weekly chart on Oxy, but I know the back of my hand. And that's got overhead resistance from moving averages. 200. But I know Coach. I don't want to speak for him, but what I know, when a stock is strong, you go for something in a weekly, they usually have a gravitation upwards towards those resistant levels. Correct me if I'm wrong, Coach. It might be situational. I understand that. MSTR breaking lower. Coin had the nice follow through, now pulling a reversal back below the 10-day. All right, it's got range. I can't even call it a third day up. MSTR breaking lower. MARPS. Okay, Miss Sherry. This is just an example. Okay, let's take bar chart for example. And by the way, this is the simplest of scanners. There's also another one called stockbeep.com. And there are some that you can pay for. Mine's a couple $100 a month or whatever it is. It's trade ideas. Stockbeep and bar chart. Okay, let's look at Stockbeep. Let's go to scanner. Hold on. Scans. Let's go for up high on relative volume. Or you can go breakout range. Let's go up high on relative volume. Now, see this R volume? It's sorted. This, for example, ZNB. Well, you can also go by time. ZNB is traded 6.5 times its volume. Some of them are unlocked. Why is that? Well, you have to log in. You have to sign up, but you can get everything for free. Let's look at, for example, breakout range. I don't know why it doesn't have the symbols. Oh, you know what? I haven't used this in a while, this Stockbeep. You might have to sign in. Okay, that's one of them, by the way. Alerts, screener. Okay, here's a better one. This is a simpler one. Screener. Let's go to range breakout. Volume. Okay. This is range breakout on volume. I had this yesterday. PG and Jeff. Let's go to Stockbeep. Let's go to bar chart. This is what I'm interested in, bar chart. First of all, percent change. Go to percent change. You can, obviously, when you click it, it goes from high to low. So when I click high, these are the highest stocks percentage of change. Now, this interests me. SNSE, okay? It has a huge range. It's up $18. Its average volume is 600,000. It's done 11 million. I'm interested in something that does 10 times its volume. Same with CDIO. The high of the day is 285. It's 226. It's a little bit off the high for what I would like. Let's go to another one. IBRX is up there. Okay, that edifies my statement. Okay, the stock normally does 65 million.
Sorry, average volume is normally 35 million. And today it's done double volume near the high of the day with news. Interested in. F-check was something we brought up. HYMC. Now let's go to decliners. Percent change. Now the best thing is you can also go by volume, sort by volume, and then it'll tell you the average volume. Okay, for example, PANW had news today. Okay, it's done 21 million shares. It normally does 13 million. I'm interested in a stock that's done 150% of its volume, that's down 7% in a proverbial up market. That's the low of the day is 147. It's so APLD we know had news. So another one you could do is this. Let's go to volume leaders. Let's go to price volume leaders. All right, okay. Now come on. Go to price. Everything's with volume for you, most active. Price volume leaders, you click it. Now, here are the stocks that are trading the most volume as compared to its relative volume. There's going to be a lot of these stocks that we brought up before. Hold on. Come on with this freaking thing. Gap up and gap down. There's gap up and gap down. See, there's the gap up. For example, this stock gapped up 200%, and it's still up near the high. TCMD gapped up 26%. It's up 22%. So you have everything's predicated upon volume. You have to play around with it. New highs and new low list. Okay, there you go. 52-week high. Here's the 52-week high list. SNSC, we brought up a bunch of times. Sienna, 52-week high. Five Below. Do you get the picture, Sherry? I feel. Here's the 52-week high list. Always afraid to take something that has moved too much. There's a couple of things I could tell you about that. From a person you know me, I usually outsize and don't stay in for a lot of it. Go smaller. Start smaller. Now, if you want to buy a scanning site, this is the one. If you can afford it, the blue bundle for trade ideas, phenomenal. Tons of videos, tutorials.
Unlock the world's largest, most liquid financial.
For example, this is some of the things that Trade Ideas gives you. It gives you gappers. It gives you pullback scanners. With this Trade Ideas, you could literally, and by the way, they do a lot of videos every day on how to do it. You could literally say, if Sherry's wearing pink and Mike V curses, then buy Apple if it's above the 50-day. And if all those come true, it'll trigger. Yeah, but Hugo, a great question. Some of them have already made the move. I understand that, but you know what? Stocks stay hot. Hold on, Hugo and Juice and everybody. Stocks stay hot for a couple of days. IBRX is probably going to work tomorrow. Maybe it's not going to be up to 40%, but our job is to make money, not necessarily be right. At what point do you say it's moved up too much? You know what I mean? So, like, I want to be short Apple when Apple's down $40, not when it's down 3. You have a better chance of making money when Apple's down 30 than when it's down 4. Do you understand? You'll get it. Believe me, it's not, you'll get it. You have to think it's not where stock has been, it's where it's going. And you have to keep reevaluating. That's what price action is named for. How does my stock act as it should react? And you'll get this by experience, whether it's in the same peer group or against the futures or anything. You'll get it. Believe me. I didn't come out of the womb knowing this. Listen, guys, don't bet against streaks. Trust me, all right? Don't bet against streaks. If you have a problem doing something up there, and not everything is a pure take. I don't know if I'm going to take IBRX. It comes with proper sizing and net over time. You'll know whatever you're in that stock for. Trend volume calls, they work. Yeah, no, this is what I do. Okay, do you know what I do? Now listen, there's always another trade. I'm going to forgo everything. This is what I do. And I'm going to show my scanner soon. I'm not the type in school that covered up my answers. You know what I mean? I was the kid that, everybody could cheat off of me. If I knew, hey, listen, come on. You know what I mean? I was the kid, I didn't cover up my answers in school. Let's give an example. Let's go to, this is how I do it. Okay, now let's go to bar chart, for example. Now, what am I most interested in? It's not necessarily the range. I go with volume first. Volume tells the story, okay? This is what my mentor would tell me. IBRX. Okay, still up there. IBRX has traded 67 million shares. Okay, we already established through a bar chart or even by visualize that that's a lot of volume. So you know what he would say to me, a mentor, Mickey Hahn? Trust me, net over time, they work. He'd say, Mike, the stock normally trades 10 million. He'd go like this. Could 67 million be wrong? Sometimes they are wrong. But stocks with this type of volume and range, if you're wrong, they still stay hot. They give you the proverbial forgiveness. They allow you to see this. Now you have to also look at each individual situation. You see this IBRX? It's got it in it. You know what I mean? It's not the one. Some stocks are proverbial one-day wonders. This freaking thing has got it in it. What I do not like is what? What don't I like about this specific stock? Everybody, I'll spare you the suspense. The news is already out. Now, granted, it's a bio. It's not like Coca-Cola earnings where it gets a little saturated. Okay? Nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd. What do I do here? Let's go to volume. Volume leaders. I have to see volume versus relative volume. Okay, this is everything. If I had one on bar chart, if I only had one proverbial click, it would be on volume advances. Not even range. Volume usually precedes range unless something did a secondary, like a okay? CDIO. All right, so this is what I do. Everybody there, I'm writing this down. I go through the list, and then I write things down. CDIO. The 45 million shares. Normally does 2 million. Let's go to the chart. Now, CDIO. This is what I think about. I'm not doing it because it's cheap. It's got the range, just not for me. It's got it in it. This might be a late mover. I'd like it to be over the 200-day, because see what happens when it gets over the 200-day? Then it takes off. I'd like it to be above the 50-day, because see what it's see this this is CDIO right now, right here. Right here. See that barely above the 50-day? Right there. You want it to be above the 50-day or the 200-day. That's why I'm not interested in something like a CDIO. Next. Okay. Again, SNSE has 11 million traded. Normally does 600,000. Okay, what's the high of the day? 31. Its last trade is 27. Let's punch up the videotape. SNSE. Are we interested in it? No. Now, granted, this is another thing that comes to my mind on SNSE. It could be a one-day wonder. It normally does 600,000 shares. So after a couple of days of it dying down, it's going to go back to 600,000, maybe a million because it was high. Now I don't want to be stuck in it if I'm wrong, because when it goes back to that low volume and I have some shares, I'll have a problem getting out of it. SNSE. Now it does have a lot of resistance, a lot of support at the weekly, which is what? 20, 19. So if SNSE comes to what? To here, there's 18. Maybe I'll get in it again. It's not something I'm going to keep on my screen. Again, let's keep going. BENF, I'm not interested in. Mr. Car Wash. This I'm very interested in. Oh, no. No range. Now, why am I not interested? What did I see when I saw MCW? I see, wow, stock's big change. 2 million shares is normal. Did 36 million today. But then I look at the high and the low. The high is 701 and the low is 694. It has a 7-cent range. Obviously, something happened. It got taken over, if you will. There's the chart. Next. Let's keep going. TBBS, not interested. See these stocks? They have to have a lot of, for a stock that, now what's the difference? This stock right here, all right, normally does 70,000 shares. It's done 400,000 shares. What has it done? 10? It's 7 times its volume. But I still don't want only a stock that's done 400,000 shares. I want to scroll down. FJet's good. Where's IBRX? This should be IBRX should be over here. Ship. There's Ship. Zim got taken over. Now let's go list. Let's go another one. Now, if I want to sort out the ones by volume the most, let's click on volume. These are the ones that have the most volume on the day. Now, if you compare them to the right, there's IBRX. Click on the most volume, the one you wanted the most volume. 66 million as compared to 35 million IBRX. I brought up CDIO. I already brought up PNW. VNet had earnings. I already brought up SNSE. Caesars, that might be something interested in. I already brought up SEDG, as you know. CMPS is self-explanatory. So these are things I already brought up. PBI, I'm long. Are you with me? EOS, Miser. We bought that yesterday, EOS. Not bad. EOS is nice. EOS is everything that you want when you want to enter it. EOS is very similar to JP Morgan, bouncing off that 200-day. It's very similar to something like a run. You want this. See, the algos, they buy first, they ask later. If something has some sort of 200 or moving average support, it triggers. Then they think later. What time is it? Okay, now let's go to the downside. Suppose whatever. The VIX is, percolating a little bit. Now let's go to some downside situation. Let's go volume advances. Let's go to decliners. There's percent change on the downside. Now, I'm interested. I will normally SMWB. If this was a $20 stock, I'd be interested in. Okay. Stocks normally does 1 million shares. It's done 10 million. It's down 37%. And by the way, there's the range. So let's go by volume. We want downside volume. Here's PNW, VNet. Or you can do, listen, ask. You want to do something, ask. Trust me, this bar chart's not bad. As I said, Trade Ideas is the one I use. And you know what? You got to play with the thing a little bit, okay? You can go up with, here's a beautiful one, 3, 4, 5 day gainers. We love that, right? Third day up, it's right here. 5 day percentage change. What's up the most in 5 days? Zim got taken over. But we want volume. Zim. Dar. There's Ralph. You'll see that these things are, they'll punch up. Okay, this is important. All right, for a couple of reasons right here, Kramer. There's the VIX. Keep an eye. The VIX looks like a long. Doesn't mean the market's going to crash. It just means there's volatility. Okay, but it doesn't mean it's right. It's a high level opinion. The guy's worth 100 million, and trust me, I don't know why people are into. I love Jim Cramer. I love him. Love him. Here, what time is it? 3:40. I'm going to let everybody go after I leave this. Relax. But here comes an important 20 minutes. The tech market has to go out stronger than it looks. Okay. That means maybe we go into maybe they're putting more, maybe the positioning in British Petroleum or these other type of oils are keying off other. Maybe the shipper run is still showing some inflation. I'm not that smart. But, you know, when you're having crypto down, here they are. When you're having dead cat bounces, and the only ones that look up to me are software, and that's the proverbial dead cat bounce. You know, you're having, you know, something like a Hun, a chemical maker, which could have reversed and gone down and showed its colors. Procter and Gamble, that's not over. It's a third day down. Tomorrow they'll be buying Procter and Gamble on the dip. Believe me, it's next week. I'm going to say one thing. Last thing, I always say that. Oh, here's a couple of things here. Let's go to this is important. XLE, more calls. Into the bell. There's a chart on the Russell, still poised. As obviously the chart on the NAS is below the 50. So far it's the Russell hanging in there as the NAS as I didn't look at it yet. Okay, but here's another one. Here's fear and greed. All right, that's good. All right, let them still wipe out some software stocks. Maybe Mags go down. Maybe Procter pulls down a little bit. But you know what? There's going to be things to buy. IBRX, there they go. More IBRX. That's the one. What was I going to leave? I said something else. All right, I'll leave it. Hold on. Let me see if anybody's asking me. Ask. Please ask. Okay? I'm a New Yorker. All right? You know, I speak my mind. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm not a big guy. And the fact I haven't been punched in the nose yet is the fact that it's a matter of what I say, not how I say it. You got to ask. You don't get unless you ask. I'm here to help. I hope everybody disappears. It's just me and Coach. Did everybody learn so much that they don't even have to be in the room anymore? There's another one, ONDS. Jesus, Jake Wojastic, calls. There's Sunrise Trader. See, I get the news fast. I even get it before Kramer. See that? I got Kramer's news before he did. IBRX. Listen, I don't know if it works. Just think to remember it for tomorrow. Just remember, over time it works. I mean that, by the way. I hope no one's in that. I hope no one asked the question. Everybody figured it out. Have a nice day. Thanks, everybody. Okay. Listen, I'm serious with this. Okay. I'm a student. I've done this for 29 years. Do you know the reason why I still do this? I'm not going to put myself in a different tax bracket. I probably could if I laid it out. It's a fact I'm afraid of missing something. I don't want to be left behind. I don't think I'm going to transcend, and I'm okay with that. I want to maintain. And it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You know what I mean? It's eventually going to be you against you. Really, it's you against your style. All right. So cheers. I'll try to do better tomorrow. Look at the list of earnings in there. I will say this. Now I know what that I point down here because it's the only thing highlighted. A stock's taking sneaky calls. BTG, B222 Gold has earnings tonight. I might do it. BTG. Cheers. Jose,
Yes, sir.
have a nice day. And
You
by the
too,
way,
sir.
it's me, it's Coach, it's Jose. There's 5-6 people. You know, it costs a lot. It costs a good 6 figures and change to create a website and have people working for me, with me, as well as Coach. Forget about it. So, you know, we put together a high level product here. Nobody's getting bombarded by the emails. I'm not asking you to open up accounts. It's just the quality of Tradeview Markets that sponsors TradeGateHub that is built for traders by traders. This room is no different. Trade well. Cheers. I'm proud of everyone.